Welcome to Washington, D.C.'s Union Station, home to sightseeing trolleys, bus services, Amtrak, Virginia Rail Express, and the star of this video, the MARC train service. Come with me as I show you how to and what it's like to ride the MARC train. What's up, YouTube? I'm going to show you a how-to take the MARC train up to Baltimore Camden Station. It's about 37 miles, takes an hour and 15 minutes, and it drops you off right by Camden Yards, Oriole Park. Also, from that is the Baltimore Harbor. Let's get inside, get a ticket, and let's go. Here's some quick knowledge on Union Station. Operations began when the first train by B&O Railroad arrived in the early morning hours on October 27, 1907. Then construction was completed by Daniel Burnham in April of 1908. It was thriving in the 1940s, which was considered its heydays, serving up to 42,000 passengers a day. But anyways, let's get on with the show. After going through the domed area, you find these double staircases, go past them, go past the Amtrak's ticket counter to look for these MARC train kiosks. Once in the waiting area, you'll see Sbarro, and the kiosks are just to the right. If there's anywhere else I missed, please let me know in the comments below. I'm happy for learning. Here's a system map. MARC train only has 3 lines: the Penn Line, Camden Line, and Brunswick Line. Pause it here for more time needed for this map. Now let's get our tickets purchased on these kiosks. As it says, touch screen to begin. Then look for all Camden Line stations. Next, touch Baltimore Camden Station. Each ticket is $9 one way, as you can see. However, some may notice I'm buying 2. My buddy Kyle and I are going to an Orioles game. I believe another way of paying besides your credit card is on the app. And if you're not a commuter like me, swipe your card, grab your tickets, and off we go. The MARC train carves its way up the northeast in between I-95 and I-295 before curving into Baltimore from the southwest into Camden. And here's just a side note. One of the most popular ways to get to Union Station is the red line on the metro. I don't know about y'all, but I'm hungry. Down one level from the main area is the food court. Lots of options to choose from. And be mindful to get up when you're done. Lots of rush hour people looking to eat. Did you know on the top level is a mini mall? So if you want to get some last minute shopping done, there might be a store for you here. Well, let's get going and find our gate for our MARC train. Look for the gate with a letter A above it. You'll notice 2 Baltimore trains. The Penn Line is a lot more frequent, and it takes you to the north side of the city. Our track was finally announced. Typically they announce 10 minutes prior, but 8 minutes to walk as far as we need to? That's kind of close. This is why I mentioned the long walk. I was surprised to see 2 double parked MARC trains. I also don't travel through Union Station as much as I used to, so maybe that's a normal.
Thank you.
Thank you. How's it going? Here's a recommendation. In my personal preference, I chose the quiet car because typically it's emptier and also just for peace and quiet. As you notice, these train cars are typical double-deckers. At least on this particular day, the quiet car was pretty empty, unlike the other train cars I noticed. I kid you not even a few seconds after sitting down, the train started moving. I really hope that everyone made that long walk in enough time. For those of you that may have not known, Maryland Area Rail Commuter is what MARC stands for. The first stop on this route is Oriole Park. It is the home to University of Maryland Fighting Terrapins. The green line for the DC Metro is also a connecting point here if you need to get on it. After doing some digging, this is Oriole Park Airport, the world's oldest continuously operated airport, established in 1909. Fun fact for you. As we pull into Muirkirk, it's safe to say that this is kind of an express train. Trains number 850 and 856 only have 5 or 6 stops, when everything else is 11. Freight trains always hold priority, and just like Amtrak, MARC trains can be delayed too. Next up is Laurel, Maryland. Now you may be thinking Laurel sounds familiar, and if you're thinking horses, that's right. You pass the Laurel horse track coming up next. However, they don't have train service unless it's a race day. Literally a few moments later, you arrive in Savage Station. Not much to see here. We were briefly held up by a freight train. As we left Savage, I about broke my neck seeing this old caboose. And with a little digging, this was an Airbnb called the Royal Blue. Before long, we were pulling into our final station stop of Dorsey. From here, you have about 30 to 35 minutes until Baltimore. So let's have a wander of the train. Part of the reason of getting up was to show you the bathroom tour. Come to find out, the restroom is in the very last car from the locomotive. Who would have thunk? I only went 2 cars back, and for reference, the quiet car is behind the locomotive. Each train car has a little cubby well for a little more storage if needed, but you should have plenty of space above your head. I'll leave a link in the description below for this train's pamphlet, and also most importantly, bike information, because it's very important to know the rules and regulations for MARC trains. As I came back to my seat, I saw the classic waste incinerator smokestack that says Baltimore on it. I knew I was close. With the Ravens Stadium coming into view, around another big bend, and we'd arrive at our final destination of Camden Station, which sits next to Camden Yards. You'll want to stay till the end to see the locomotives parked.
Now I'm final stop, Baltimore, Camden Station. Take a second look around, make sure you grab all your personal belongings. You're building the train like we got to the car platform. Plan for the MARC 850 will connect you to choosing the MARC service. So be able to see.
If you made it this far, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed my guide, hit that like button for me, subscribe if you're not already, and leave a comment if I missed anything or just want to chit chat or tell me your experience on the MARC train. Thank you, see you in the next venture. This is Matt's Moments, signing off.